Hello, I didn't see you there. What's going on, you guys? It's your Huggable Hipster here, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be doing something quite daring. I'm going to be doing something sneaky. Okay, I wouldn't call it sneaky, but I would call it daring. I had this idea that I was sitting on for the past couple of days of where I would discuss a theory with you guys that at first it's not going to sound like a theory because it's just all ideas and whatnot, but once I refine the idea, I'm going to make a theory / lore video that will encompass that whole said idea, if that makes sense. So right now, this is a theory crafting video on a potential concept that could be provable within the lore. We're going to talk about the manipulation of the Erdtree. Finally getting to say that out loud. Finally getting to just... all right, let's get into the video. I'm so excited. Throughout the game of Elden Ring, we see the concept of the Tarnished, and we see that the Tarnished has to go through all of these different places, meet with all of these different NPCs, and quite literally go through and experience so many different emotional variables throughout the time playing Elden Ring. We get to meet with characters like Ranni the Witch, E.G., Blide. We get to meet with so many different kinds of NPCs that are kind, that are manipulative, that are actually, quite honestly, right in the middle. They're not kind, they are not manipulative or evil, they just are. And I thought to myself, what about the Erdtree? It's not a character, but it is a theme and a motif throughout the game that presents itself as this overarching god, if you will. Now, it states here in the wiki fandom that the Erdtree is a giant gold-colored tree that towers above the lands between in Elden Ring. The lands between are blessed by the Elden Ring, which is the source of the Erdtree that symbolizes its presence. It is the heart of the Golden Order. The blessing granted by the Erdtree, and consequently the Elden Ring, is represented by a golden light in the eyes of inhabitants in the lands between, known as the Grace of Gold. Upon their deaths, the remembrance of the demigods and greater champions and other such powerful beings are hewn into the Erdtree. The Atlas Plateau was considered to be the realm of the Erdtree, and it was the belief of the people of the plateau that those born at the foot of the Erdtree were special. The reason that I believe the Erdtree is given so much power, and keep in mind, video games are special in the way that they give this kind of over dramatism to a thing that in real life, like, my ring light right now, if it were in a video game, we could, technically make this ring light, kind of an Erdtree style thing and have things shooting out of it and people blessing it and all that kind of stuff and make it very magical, when in reality, it's just a ring light. The concept here of that we have literally just a tree that is the center of all faith, all religion, all constructs, everything within the lands between in Elden Ring. A thing will never have meaning unless you give it that meaning. So the only reason that the Erdtree even has meaning or it is magical is because people of the lands between believe that it is so. Now, there's this common saying that's in religion called by the grace of God. We have the same exact thing here, just the last word is switched, by the grace of gold. Elden Ring is the root of the Golden Order. Again, no pun intended. I know it's a tree, but bear with me. And just to give you guys some context where this all came from, where did the ring come from? Where did the Golden Order come from? Where did the tree even come from? It all came from the Greater Will, which sent down a golden star, which was bearing the Elden Beast. This beast was the vassal beast of the Greater Will. The Greater Will, in a sense, is more of kind of like this omnipresent, if that's even accurate to call it that, and it kind of represents life. It represents the cosmos. It represents everything as a whole. When we look at the Elden Beast, which is a vassal for the Greater Will, we see the stars, we see the universe, we see the cosmos in that boss battle. So let's go back to the concept of the manipulation of the Erdtree. Where's the manipulation then? We have the manipulation coming in of where it's being utilized more as a puppet to carry out things by the Greater Will, by the Elden Beast. The tree is supposed to be a source of hope for everyone who are in the lands between. It's supposed to be that thing that people look to as a sign of, okay, there's more. There's something else that is happening here. There's something that can give me hope. Now, during the Age of the Erdtree was actually fought against in opposition because there was the birth of the Erdtree, which coincided with the war against the giants. But then it became the embodiment of order through countless victories within the war. Then Marica Marica, after the fire giants fell, declared the age of the Erdtree, a new epoch, if you will. And we all know Marica's story. Marica's story is actually a quite tragic one. She wanted to bring hope. She wanted to bring light back to her people in the shaman village. She wanted to be that light and that blessing to others. But then she realized that the greater will were controlling her. The fingers were controlling her. Why do you think that Rani the witch wanted to be free of her body so that way she wouldn't be controlled by the fingers or the greater will? She would still have her mind and her spirit, but she just wouldn't have her body. As time went on, the Erdtree became more of an object of faith instead of something that was practical within the lands between. There's so much more that I could go into this video with minor Erdtrees which were considered to be offspring of the actual Erdtree. I mean, if something isn't personified as much as this, I don't know what is. What's interesting though, and this is where the theory kind of takes a turn a little bit that I have of where we have Marica, who did the shattering of the Elden Ring. She broke the Elden Ring, technically breaking the cosmos, breaking the will, and breaking the hope that was signified throughout the history of what the Elden Ring represented. She broke something that defined the world itself, and through that she is one who did not want to have death. She removed death from the lands between. She didn't want that to be a thing anymore. So killing the source of the Erdtree means killing the hope that so many people had. It led to so many wars, so many different outbreaks of certain things. Death root spread throughout the entirety of the lands between after that. And she broke it in rebellion to Godwin's death, which, oopsie daisies, I guess. So when we talk about the manipulation of the Erdtree, we're in essence talking about the manipulation that faith has throughout the game. I'm not talking about actual faith. I'm not talking about, real life faith. So the more that I think about it, maybe, I don't know, there's just so much that's going on within the lore and within what's happening here in this story. There even could be a cause to say that when Mikla broke off from everyone else because he wanted to kind of get away, he wanted to go to the Shadowlands. So overall, with the Erdtree, there is this kind of sense of control that there is. There's a sense of manipulation through the people that it guides, through the greater will. If you break the ring, it's a cardinal sin. If you which is taken directly from Christianity. If you do certain things, it is within the grace of gold, taken from Christianity, but twisted a little bit to be from the grace of God, like I was talking about before. There's a lot of different things that are kind of mirroring Christianity, and I'm not trying to say like, oh, Christianity is bad. I'm not, that's not where I'm going with this. I'm saying that it's interesting. It's good to have these conversations. I know this idea, this concept, and this theory that I have is not solidified in any way, shape, or form. It's just a concept at this time that has different, branches and broken pieces. Literally, this concept went through the shattering. These are just always fun to do because I feel like throughout my time of trying to figure out different theories and trying to craft them, I love just recording my thought process and getting your guys' input and having a discussion back and forth with it. I think that it's really cool. And I love that a lot of people just approach these conversations in good faith whenever it comes to the games. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you guys think that there is a technical manipulation of the Erdtree through its characters and through its disciples? Do you think that the Erdtree has more of a meaning than we originally thought? What do you guys think? I would love to know. But if you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell down below. May you find your worth in the waking world, dear hunter. Stay casually nerdy, and I will see you all in the next video. Umbasa.